Welcome to Opinions in 10, online posts and biblical opinions in under 10 minutes. Starting now. Okay, fair warning here, I wouldn't listen to this at work or with kids. You've been warned. Today's post comes from Coco Kyra. My friend with benefits says it's casual, but acts like he owns me. I started this FWB thinking it would be light and simple, but it's turning into something I didn't sign up for. At first everything was fine, but lately he started showing behavior that feels way too controlling. He gets jealous if I talk to other guys, even just friends. He's told me not to hang around certain people and asks me where I'm going or who I'm with. If I don't reply to his messages quickly, he'll bring it up and makes me feel guilty. He's made comments like, if you were really into me, you wouldn't need anyone else. And you shouldn't be messing around with other people if you're with me. Even though he's the one who keeps saying we're not exclusive. It's confusing because he still insists it's just casual whenever I question things. But his actions say otherwise. I feel like he wants all the control of being a boyfriend without any of the responsibility that comes with it. I don't know if I should confront him, cut things off, or try to set stricter boundaries. I don't want drama, but I also don't want to feel trapped in something I never agreed to. How do I handle this the best way? Yes, he gets jealous because this is how this works. The idea that you can imitate a marriage, play a game as it were, but with real emotions and have no connection to the other person when all is said and done, is just as silly and ridiculous as the notion that you can act out a murder mystery in a play with real knives and be angry because someone actually died. Real life has consequences. The book of Genesis describes marriage in a fundamental way and says, "For this cause a man will leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife, and they shall be one flesh." It sounds to me like you know exactly what it means to be one flesh. It doesn't take a lot of pondering to figure that out. But it also says that he will cleave to her. Anyone who studies people in some capacity knows that having these kinds of relations with another person creates a strong bond with that person like no other. You're meant to attach to the other person. It's the most intimate thing that you will ever do with another person. It's not casual. But to live in this fantasy where we're just doing this willy-nilly whenever the urge strikes us with whoever causes the urge to strike, and then having no consequences due to it is fallacious at best. You are going to cleave. That's part of your nature. So if you're going to adopt this fantasy that everyone seems to have now that you can do just that, then you have a problem. Because you're meant to attach. And because you're meant to attach, then you're going to end up in one of two places, and neither one of them are good. The first place you could end up in is the one where you're going to do what this guy is doing, which is the natural course of things, and live in the attachment that comes from such encounters with the other person, while that person is trying to get more experiences with other people. The second is that you just cut off the emotion and learn to become numb to it. But if you do that, then you will begin to notice that your ability to have emotional connections with people will also decline. This part of your humanity is going to take a major hit. You'll stop being able to connect with people as well as you once could, or to empathize with them. There's a classic book called Les Leçons d'Angers by Pierre Chaudelat de la Clue, written 243 years ago as an exposé of the French aristocracy, which holds a surprising amount of relevance to our times. The book explores what happens when you take the cleaving out of this kind of relation. It correctly posits that you begin to lose your humanity and ability to connect with people in any meaningful way, and they become game pieces to you. It may sound ridiculous to hear, but how many times have you heard people give a description of these things as just that? It's nothing serious, or we're just having fun, or even more damning, it's often referred to as play. The goal of the game, however, is to get more points. You'll settle down eventually when all of the fun has been had, but ultimately nobody wants to be a placeholder for another person, and nobody wants someone that they know has a placeholder. So another question: how do you find a friend with benefits? How is one selected? What's the criteria? And also, how do you select a boyfriend? Same questions about criteria. Well, it's simple. You're selecting both based on attraction, both of them. You just happen to divide up attraction in your head into two separate categories. The first one is what's fun and exciting. The second category is what's safe and makes you feel like you can be vulnerable and protected. And what's going to happen here, as is usually the case, is you are going to spend years having fun with the exciting guys, and then later, when all the fun has been had, you're going to settle for the sort of guy who you presently think fits into the FWB category. And then you're going to spend the rest of your life comparing him in your head to the laundry list of partners that you've had. But here's the kicker. These don't have to be two different categories. You don't have to always find someone who attracts you in one of these two categories. It's, in a way, like having a car to go to the store and a car to go to work. They don't have to be two different things. Just find the one that has what you're looking for. But do you even know what you're looking for? Or are you spending your life chasing a fantasy that someone else gave you? It doesn't have to look like this. It can be better. And that'll do it for today. If you like this content, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. God bless.